What is going on, guys? It is Joe Knows Hustle here, and I'm going to come at you with a hopefully quick video on living a limitless life, a life with no boundaries, no barriers, and living your life to your fullest potential. So the first thing and the first and foremost thing on living a limitless life is your perspective on life. Take a look at how do you look at life? How do you look at the experiences you've had going through your life? How do you view successful people? How do you view businesses? How do you view people around you? How do you view people around you that are successful? And how do you view your own potential and what is possible for you to achieve? And if they're wishy-washy, they're, kind of negative, filled with envy, pride, maybe you need to take a step back and look at those things and analyze them and learn to understand why you think that way. And then you need to frame your mind towards, hey, I have this view on successful people, but this is the view I should have in order to be successful. And hey, I'm kind of really I'm really self-limiting on myself. I'm always putting myself down. I'm always saying I can't do this. I'm not smart enough. I have all of these fears, these resentment against people, and you gotta let that shit go. And you gotta frame your mind, and basically you gotta frame your mind towards the person you want to become. Most people know what they need to do in order to become successful. I need more discipline. I need a better mindset. I need to do more hard work. Most people know what they need to do to get to where they want to be. But for some people, there's just this huge divide between the person they are now and the gap of the person that they need to become in order to start living that limitless life, that dream life. And one of the best things that I can say that helped me when I was traveling down that journey of getting my mind right, of learning to think and act like a businessman and an entrepreneur, was reading a lot of business books, immersing myself in the environment, immersing myself around successful people, podcasts, watching YouTube videos. I remember the first book I read was Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Absolutely changed my life. From there I went on to read more and more iconic business books that really, when you read these kind of books, and don't just read any business book, don't read any entrepreneur book. My recommendation is you read business books from successful people. Warren Buffett has a top 20 list. Bill Gates has a top whatever list. Patrick Bet-David has a top list. Tim Ferriss has a list of his books. And go through and read through those books, because you don't want to be putting junk in your mind. You want to be putting great material that is time tested and proven. And when you put yourself in the environment and you start thinking like these people, when you start immersing yourself within these people, you're going to pick up on their attitudes. They're going to pick up on what makes them tick. You're going to pick up on how they think and maneuver through situations, and it's going to influence you into, it's going to influence your subconscious mind into thinking more like them, and making decisions more like them. It's going to make you more aware of yourself and your mind and how you are right now and how you should be. Like, wow, these guys, they look at their life like anything's possible. They look at their life like they can really truly achieve anything they set their mind to. They have no self-limiting beliefs. They just hold themselves with such confidence. And I sit here and, I think I'm not smart enough. I think I'm not good enough. I think that they have something I just don't have. But reading these books and listening to these stories and understanding, there's a lot of people in my situation where I am right now that have gotten what I have, the same results that I wanted, and they started right where I am. And seeing those kinds of things can really make you see what's possible and see what you can actually achieve. Because I know with some of my friends, family, and just acquaintances, and just how average people look at success, because they're not involved in this environment, they haven't put in the time into this, really truly thinking about living this limitless life, this dream life. They haven't dived into it. They're on the outside looking in. And when you're on the outside looking in and you're on the inside looking out, those are two very, very different views. And they depending on which side you're in, either you're in the box or out of the box, it really shapes the person you will become and the actions you will take in life. The average person says the stock market is risky, and they never put their money in the stock market and never reap more returns on their 9-to-5 salary. Even though the stock market has had an average return of 10% over the entire duration of its life. They never started a business because businesses are risky, and businesses fail, and it's a lot of risk. And for some people, maybe the risk is just too much and they don't want to take it. They're just not comfortable doing it. Fine. But then there's the people who do want to do it but are just scared to start. Business is risky, but you will find when you look at why a lot of businesses fail, looking from the outside, you can learn from their mistakes, the things they did do, the things that they didn't do. And there's a formula to business. There really is a formula to business. It's not some magic formula. It's, the fundamentals of business. You've got to market your business. You've got to have sales in your business. You have to pay taxes. You have to have a good product. You have to get people interested into your product. And once you learn kind of the fundamentals of those things, then you can start going out there and looking at how businesses work and start to see for yourself how you could piece together your own business and go out there and start one of your own. But if you're going to be on the outside looking in, and you're never going to open that door, and you're never going to come in and meet some, go to some meetups with some successful entrepreneurs, you want to be a landlord, go ask your landlord questions about, hey, how did you get to the point where you now own 100 different houses? Ask him some questions, show some interest. Maybe he'll teach you some things. Maybe he'll want to take you in as his mentor and show you. Maybe he's been looking for someone to go out there and show them, the skills that they have. And, a lot of people will get fulfilled out of teaching people. You want to be a successful singer, start going to open mic nights. Start learning from the talented people, the people that draw attention, the people who really know how to maintain a good stage presence. Learn from them, ask them questions, say, hey, you're really good at this, this, and this. How did you start doing this, this, and this? And don't come off as weird. Don't come off as, hey, can you be my mentor? That's going to weird people out. But come off as someone who is, you're truly interested in them. You're truly interested in as them as a person, and you're interested in the value that you can provide to them. And once you do this, and you take that first step into this world, whether it's reading a book, whether it's talking to a successful person around you, having a coffee meeting, whether it's listening to podcasts, watching YouTube videos, and or maybe you're already in that phase. You've already had your mind shift. Well, now you've got to do your first deal, or your first gig, or your first whatever it is that is going to that's going to get you further and move you further than where you are to where you want to be. And the thing is once you do the first thing of what I know, I'm kind of talking in broad terms here, but let's say it's your first business deal and it goes successful, you're going to learn so much in that single moment that's going to amount to more than any reading could do, than more than any talking to any person. And you're going to find once you do it once, you can replicate it over and over and over and over. I know when I made my first sale on my online store, I just realized that now I know how to do it over and over and over and again and again and again. And I used that very same system I used to make my first sale, and did it over and over and over, and it was a successful. I think one of the biggest things that you could do is, a lot of native people in America, let's say first, second, third, fourth generation people living in America, I don't know why, but they've kind of lost touch of what America is and the opportunity it provides for people, unlike any other place in the world. I suggest you go and talk to some immigrants, some entrepreneur immigrants, some musician immigrants, some book writing immigrants, people who have immigrated over here from a place of tougher times, of adversity, and talk to them and see what their perspective is on this country and the possibilities it has and the things they've actually taken advantage of because of this country, because of where they've came from. And I think that will really give you some perspective, because those are people that may have started even further down from where you are. Maybe they came from where they were living before in America. They had a bamboo house and no electricity, no AC, going nowhere, doing nothing, and learn how they came here and how they saw the opportunity and how they took the action to get to where they are right now. Because this really is the country of opportunity. This isn't political or anything. It just really is the country of opportunity. There is no other place in the world that is easier, not to say it's easy, but that is easier to go out and fill your dreams. And in this country, there's millions of people who do it, and there's millions of millionaires in this country. Millions of millionaires. And so there's plenty of room at the top. And if you can set your mind up for success and execute on it, and stay dedicated to the process, you will look in the mirror one day and be surprised of the person that you have become. I know, I'm not where I want to be yet, but there's been a couple moments that I've really took a step back and looked at the person I used to be and the person I am now, and just said, wow, there's been some serious changes in my mind, the way, just the way my mind operates and thinks, and my natural flow of things now is, for the most part, a lot of positivity, a lot of, a lot of, instead of running away, trying to conquer and push through all of the hard times and bullshit. So that's all I got for you guys in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to go out there, live a fulfilling life, limitless. You're in the best country to do it, United States of America. So I wouldn't have it, you know, United States of America. I would not have it any other way. If you guys got any questions, comments, if you like the video, make sure to like it, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. I post a lot of content related to entrepreneurship, digital marketing, self-development. These are all things I'm pretty passionate about, love talking about. So if that's kind of your thing, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.